The Trumbull County Board of Elections this afternoon made a tough decision. It unanimously voted to not allow Joe O'Grady to run in the Democratic primary for Trumbull County Sheriff. 27 First News anchor Stan Boney was at that meeting and new at 6. He joins us live in the studio with what happened. Stan?
Well, for Joe O'Grady, it came down to a missed deadline. He needed to have his qualification papers in by December the 16th, the filing deadline to run. He did not get those qualification papers in until the next day, December 17th. And because of that, he was disqualified from the March Democratic primary for Trumbull County Sheriff. O'Grady, the former Warren policeman and the man behind the Dave Grohl alley, stood before the board this afternoon and said he was working off of a 2003 document that he thought gave him more time. But the board cited the Ohio Revised Code and pamphlets set out by the Ohio Secretary of State, which says that sheriff candidates must file their qualification papers by the filing deadline, in this case, December the 16th.
My petitions were put in November 13th. But like I said, there was no intent to deceive or anything like that. My qualifications are there. It was just a matter of getting the paperwork lined up.
Now, after the board's vote, Joe O'Grady declined comment. There is some question whether O'Grady can refile as an independent candidate, though a couple of people I talked with said they don't think he can. This now leaves incumbent Tom Altier and Holland Police Chief Paul Monroe in the Democratic primary for Trumbull Sheriff. Now, the board today also rejected a request by Kristen Rock, a candidate for the Ohio State Senate seat currently held by Capri Cafaro, to deny her opponent Sean O'Brien a spot on the ballot because O'Brien failed to include the date of the election on his petitions. The board didn't think it was a big deal, so it allowed Bryan to run. Live in the studio, Stan Boney, WKBN 27 First News at 6.